Trending this week. What do we got first? The FBI has put the United States on terror alert. That's right. Which means that their buddies at the CIA are probably going to pull some shit real quick. The FBI director, Christopher Wray, has warned Congress of terror threats inspired by Hamas's attack on Israel. This is Robert Laguerre, October 31st, CBS News. Why is there a video of The Rock on this article? What the hell does he have to do with terrorism? Is he who we're going to hire to stop it? FBI Director Chris Wray warned Congress Tuesday that Hamas's terror attacks on Israel could motivate threats similar to those posed by ISIS in years past, according to law enforcement assessments. But he cautioned there is no indication Hamas itself intends to carry out any attacks in the U.S. Here's my thing. Yeah, Hamas is busy. They're not going to do nothing in the U.S. Here's my thing with this. We talked about this a week ago. It's this little thing called blowback. Israel, of course, has a right to defend itself. No one's denying that. But at the same time, they're going a little overboard, like intentionally bombing refugee camps. I feel like that might be a little bit of an overreach there. I don't feel like we're in self-defense territory, you know? That's like if a guy breaks into my house and steals my shit, or maybe he does something to me. Like maybe he attacks my wife or something like that, and then I track him down and I burn his house to the ground with his family and pets inside of it. Probably didn't need to do that. I feel that's reasonable, whether you're right, left, Christian, Jewish, Muslim, atheist. We can all agree on that. That's a good common ground for us. I've said this from the get-go. We have to be very careful tying our support to a country that's doing this. Biden needs to rein them in. Otherwise, we're going to experience blowback here. Because it don't take much to put 2 and 2 together to see where those bombs are coming from. They ain't coming from Israel. They're coming from the U.S. We're sending them there, or we're at the very least funding them. Social media is a thing. These people all know where these weapons are coming from. So when a U.S. bomb hits a refugee camp in Palestine and kills a bunch of people, even if the Israeli government's the one that dropped it, it's not going to matter because we're going to catch the blowback for that. So I've been saying this from the get-go. We need to be very careful. That along with the fact that we got a wide-open southern border that no one in office wants to do anything about. Anyone can just walk. We should do that. We should do a bit for that. I will dress like a Hamas terrorist and cross the southern border. You get me on video doing it, and we will show. We're going to do that. We're going to make a little road trip. We're going to visit Nick in El Paso, and we're going to make a little road trip to the border. And I will dress as a Hamas terrorist, strap an AK-47 in my back, because Texas is an open carry state, and I will cross the border to the United States and watch nothing get done to me. I think we're going to do that. We're going to make a little road trip this winter and do that, just to show how weak the border security is. No one wants to do anything about it. There could be God knows how many of them, not Hamas, but just terrorists throughout the Arab world, in the United States as we speak, and we would have no idea. I mean, these groups, they would be stupid not to do it. We're inviting them in. The reason I don't fuck with Ouija boards is not because I'm worried about the board itself. And I'm gonna land the plane here. I'll connect these two things. Just chill. The reason I don't fuck with Ouija boards is not because I'm afraid of the board itself. It's because you're opening the door. You wouldn't leave the door to your house just wide open. You shouldn't leave the door for any type of spirit or demon to come wide open for anybody to walk in. And we certainly shouldn't leave the border to our country wide open, where just anybody can walk in and we have no idea to control who it is, where they came from, what they're about, what their background looks like. I mean, I feel that's reasonable. I get labeled far right, but I feel like these are all reasonable things 20 years ago. I feel it's a reasonable take to want to have some type of control over who comes into the country, especially when we've got God knows how many countries that want everyone here dead. Countries, terror groups, you name it. I don't think that's unreasonable. And I'll tell you this. I don't speak on sources unless I have a good one. Very rarely will you see me trot my sources out on this show. Because I don't have a ton of connections. I'm a regular guy. But I got a couple. I got a few of them. And I can't say who or where I heard this, but I can tell you I wouldn't say this if I didn't have good information. I've got it from a pretty reliable source. Just yesterday I heard, actually, that not only are the intelligence agencies and the federal government bracing themselves for a potential terror attack, they are outright expecting one on U.S. soil. It's not like within the next year. Terror, not in the Middle East, not in France, on U.S. soil. They are expecting a terror attack within the next year. I don't know what that could entail. That could be anything from 9/11 to a guy trying to shoot up a bar and he gets killed by the police or by security or whoever. That could be anything. But they are expecting one within the next year. It's not 100%, but it's like 60-40, 70-30. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't like those odds. Imagine your doctor's like, hey, you have cancer. There's a 75% chance you're going to die, or 70% chance you're going to die. You wouldn't like those odds. So, I don't know. And that could very well be setting up a false flag. It doesn't matter, because people still get killed. They could very well be saying that to set up a false flag. You know? Like, well, we told you it was going to happen. Meanwhile, it's the CIA doing it to lie us into another war. That could very well happen. We don't know. They've done it before. Wouldn't be the first time. It doesn't matter, though, because people would still get killed. Here's what I will tell you, and it was the common theme in the midweek check-in. It's that no one is coming to your rescue, and only you can protect yourself. So if I were you, I would carry a gun everywhere. Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, be sure to click the link in the description to get the full episode on Rumble. If you prefer to listen along, you can actually get us on Spotify, Spreaker, and iHeartRadio. You can also go to www.outlawstreamers.com to learn more about not just my show, but tons of other great shows and all the exciting projects they have coming up. Follow my socials at Caleb Isn't Funny on Twitter and Instagram, at Caleb Salvatore Comedy on the Chinese spy app that is TikTok, and be sure to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thanks, and we'll see you every Saturday for brand new episodes of That's Based. Peace.